Good morning, good morning, good morning. Celeste Silver Cord here. Coming at you with some cards and coffee or cards and caffeine. I needed something cold this morning. I couldn't handle the hot. It's hot. You see how hot it is? You see how hot it is in the south? Mm. So, I knew that some of the plans were getting ready to go direct. I don't memorize all this stuff, guys. This is why I keep so many notebooks. And stuff is bothering me. Got ash all over here. And I forgot my lighter, so I guess I'm not lighting my sage right now. It's not like I don't burn it enough in this house. So, yeah, Jupiter gets to go direct. I was just checking if you want to know what kind of book that I like to use. This is, a friend got this for me last year for around Christmas time, and she made me a Basam, a little one, wrapped cords. I should go and get it, but and has a little broom. For those who didn't know what I was talking about, it's a little broom. It's got a red wrapped handle, and she put crystals down the handles and peacock feathers in it, and I think it's lavender or some type of purple flower. And yeah, it's a protection thing that you hang it on the inside of behind your door. You close your door, you hang it in the window of your door, not on the outside, on the inside. So that way, yeah, you're supposed to keep a broom behind your door for protection. So that's a good little tip that just popped out there. And I hate light. It's like, what's the obsession with the lighting? Don't worry about it. So, yeah, it says Jupiter goes direct at 8:41 p.m. tonight. Is Eastern time that this book's in. So, Eastern Seaboard time, that's what you'll get. So, today's color is the color gray, and it has a little quote here. And it says, if the candle flame blazes and dances, the spell energy is strong but chaotic. Ooh, for those of you in the silver cord. The flame blazes and dances. The spell energy is strong but chaotic. Sorry, I'm playing with this. My son made this. He stole my little dragon earring here and stuck it into his pencil. This has been his desk during the week, which is why I've been hiding in the corner of my room. You see, I got all this junk back over here. Full of witchy tips today. Full of witchy tips today. No, I don't know. Like I said, I always have all this stuff that I want to talk about before I get on here, and then I get on here and my mind goes blank. But I actually have been thinking a lot about the school that I went to in New York and the group that I hung out with in New York. And I find it funny that my friends were pretty much YouTubers before YouTube was even a thing. And what do I mean by that? We called ourselves the Vidiots. We all took filmmaking, film history and criticism, film production, stuff like that, right? Those were our electives that we worked with. We also took, some took photography, some were, on the school board. Our school had a thing where, and this is what the Vidiots were in charge of, you had the regular yearbook group, and then you had our group, and our group made the video yearbook. We had, we did everything with VHS tapes. We had giant gray, like you see on, the ones that like on TV where you see where they're like following a newscaster around. That's what ours looked like, only they're that big because they held a cassette tape. And, yeah, we had giant gray cameras that you had to carry around on your shoulder and stuff like that. And for our projects, we had to like recreate the scene in Psycho, the murder bathroom scene. We had to make a claymation. We had to make a stop motion claymation. Well, no, we had to make a stop motion movie using 3 different mediums. So we did clay, clay and paper, I don't remember exactly what the requirements of the project was. Oh, we had to pick different art things too. So yeah, you had to pick your favorite art painting and then incorporate that into the. It was a whole big thing, man. It was a lot of fun. You had to make commercials. Valentine's Day, we would do things like we had TVs all around, a big TV in the main areas of our school. And on Valentine's Day, you could do shout outs. We would film and broadcast your shout outs. I mean, when I tell y'all, man, that school was like living in the Disney Channel. The school was literally a castle built into the top of the hill. And if you don't believe me, the high school is Smithtown High School in New York, area code 11787. Go ahead, look them up. Check them out. Big school. Had towers. Each tower had a cafeteria at the bottom for each of the grades. So I had 3 towers. It was insanity there. My friends did all kinds of stuff. We had, what else did we film? We filmed IKYA, which was I'll Kick Your Ass. It was a backyard wrestling group. And we used to film backyard wrestling. Like we went all out. Like, you know, we built the whole ring and everything else. And then we would film and we would do retake shots and different angles and everything else. So, and then we would, I say we, I mean, I helped, but that was mostly the guys' thing. But yeah, and they actually sold the tapes. I never saw any of that money. I helped out, and I was generally a nurse. And the reason they banned backyard wrestling. I don't know. Yeah, I had cool friends. What can I say? Now, I can tell you that the schools in Virginia that I went to, vastly, vastly different. I mean, you really want to get to know me? Go ahead and look up Green Run High School in Virginia Beach. That's the other school that I had to go to. That's the school that had to have the drug dogs come in once a month, and we had to do the drill where, you know, the fire drill, the bomb drill. And then they would bring in police dogs and go and check people's lockers and stuff like that. And we all hated it until the day they found a couple sawed-off shotguns in the bathroom. Vastly, vastly different worlds. So when I say I got a unique perspective on shit, very unique perspective on shit, especially all this stuff going on. I don't know. I mean, I knew of YouTube. I mean, I've had accounts on it for years and years and years. I mean, I don't know. I always just used it for documentaries and things like that. I never occurred to me that I should ever do anything else with it. Never even dawned on me. And then one day I stumbled upon a video of a dude eating a cheeseburger outside of McDonald's on Facebook, live, talking about, check this shit out. Oh, this shit's going to be fun. I mean, people think I pay attention to a lot more than I don't. I don't. Like I do, but I don't. Like I am so in just the moment that I'm in. I remember what I need to remember when I need to remember it. But besides that, no, I'm not really paying attention. I was saying that when I was approving readers in my in the coven, and I was like, like I kind of recognize names from the spirals and stuff like that, but I don't really know any of them. That's not anybody I actually know. Be surprised who I'm not talking to, guys. And a lot of times the what I'm talking about, it's not who you think it is sometimes. Sometimes I guess it is. I don't know. I'm just talking. Like I was saying with that school, and both those schools, one thing that you will also find is those schools were not like this town at all. At all. I mean, there was so many kids in my high school that the ninth graders had their own building. We were divvied up into groups. Oh, also my high school, there was one other school in town. So the elementary schools had you had different neighborhoods that had different elementary schools. 2 of those neighborhoods went to the high school, and the kids that went to the Catholic school only went up to 8th grade. So by the time you hit the 9th grade in that school, you also get that different demographic switch, right? So all the kids that you went to elementary school with are also now shuffled in with 2 other schools. And there was no way to know everybody in that school. And I did this shit too, even as a teenager. Me and my friends would be walking down the hallway, and I remember it was my friend Sam that I was walking with, and another girl comes trotting up, and she just starts talking to me about something that happened in one of our classes, and da-da-da-da-da, and I was like, yeah, oh, yeah, da-da-da-da. I just talked back, and she was like, all right, I'll see you later. And I was like, bye. And she left, and Sam goes, who the hell was that? And I was like, not a fucking clue. Don't know her name. Apparently, she was in this class with me. Really, people get mad at me for not remembering stuff. This is not anything that's new for me. It trips Rob out. I can tell you that much. We go to pick up a couple of the dudes that he works with because their ride didn't come through. And they're all like, oh, yeah, we know her. He goes, we know right where y'all stay at. Y'all stay like, da-da-da. And they described my block and everything else. Like, oh, yeah, we know her. We've seen her around. Been here for 15 years, man. I don't know any of these people. Everybody knows who I am. Don't remember anybody's names, so I call everybody honey and sweetheart and darling, babe, depending on whatever energy they give off. I don't know, it's just one of those things. I either remember you or don't. It's a very, very strange thing. And it's one of those things that if I remember you, I'll never forget you. That's one of my favorite things about social media. I mean, Facebook gave me back all the friends I lost in my childhood. And for those of you who also don't know this about me, I was a military brat. So I was born in Florida. I moved when I was 18 months old to Virginia. I moved when I was, I moved when I was Florida, 18 months old. I moved to Bermuda. 5 years old, I moved to Virginia. 9 years old, I moved to one neighborhood in New York. It's only been at East Meadow about a year or two. And I moved to another neighborhood in New York. And then I moved back to Virginia, back to New York, back to Virginia, South Carolina, Florida, and then back here. So, yeah, social media gave me all my friends back, right? My best friend from the second grade, friends with her, found her on here. I can message her on here anytime I want. I was a terrible, terrible pen pal. Me and her tried to do the pen pal thing too, because we like to mail each other stuff, but she moves around a lot of stuff. It's hard to get a hold of her sometimes. And we do this thing where we write a letter, and we write ourselves out in our letters. It'll take us like 6 months to send a letter, and then it'll be like, I started writing this letter, and then or there'll be like a break in the page where they'll be like, it's been about 4 months. I guess I figure I better add in what's happened the last 4 months before I send this letter out. I wrote this a while ago. Yeah. Friends with the Vidiots. They turned out to be so cool people. One of my good friends, she's like really into cosplay, and she does the zombie bar crawls and stuff in Michigan. It's so cool. She's got 2 kids now, though. Which I find hysterical because she tried for so long, and then boom, she had one, and now boom. I mean, the baby's not even 2, and she's got another one. I was like, look at you go. Her family was like a surrogate family for me too when I was growing up. I really loved her parents. She had one of the other houses that we hung out at. It was a group of, let's see, it would have been Danielle, Sam, and Carly. Their moms were the moms that let everybody hang out at their house. My mom let everybody hang out at her house too, but my sisters and her friends were usually at my house. And my friends didn't start hanging out at my mom's house till we were a little bit older. My sister's friends got cars. They weren't at my house no more. Alrighty. I know I should sing or dance or something when I'm doing that, but that would distract me from what I'm actually doing. All right. The Hermit is the first card, and the rest are reversed. Reverse Two of Swords, reverse Two of Wands, reverse Eight of Pentacles, and reverse the Moon. So you're in hermit mode. Okay, we get it. So hermit mode, not making decisions, not being able to see where you're going, not even working on your skills, and still hiding secrets. I think that's pretty clear. Make a decision. You're not going to see what's around the corner. That is the point. None of us know what's around the corner. Why? Nobody's been there yet. We're getting there, right? You have to at least start taking steps forward. If you're not working on a skill or whatever, you could be researching it. You could be learning something about it. There's always something that you can be doing. Even when I look like I am doing nothing, always doing something. Always running in here. And that gerbil never goes to sleep. It's one of my biggest problems. So you got to find ingenuitive ways of getting there. Six of Swords. Favorite card. Rite of passage, guys. You got to figure it out yourself. Ground. And take a little control over the situation. See how the gear's working? Got her sword, her little wings. Queen of Pentacles, guys. Says down to earth and motherly usually, but she's got wings on her shoulders and everything else. She's using all the elements to get those pentacles, guys. All right. We got the Two of Wands up right here. So if you do this, you will start to see where it is that you're heading and start putting in those sticks to get moving into that direction, right? And Five of Swords reversed. It will resolve that conflict of being stuck. I know we've all had like a collective creativity block going on. I've noticed it. Notice weird things too, like the Leo King tried to do an astrology reading while watching Modern Warfare, and then like this other dude, Tony Baker, that Rob watches, he's suddenly now trying to do his jokes and stuff while playing video games. I don't get it. I don't really not a fan of it. I've been forced to watch a lot of video games in my life, and I didn't play them, but they were always like on the main screen in my living room. So like, I'm like, no. I did it for 10 years. No. Don't get me wrong. It was like having all those dudes in my living room all the time, and they were cool guys, but still, I don't see how that's an interesting TV channel. All right. This whole path is about lessons and blessings. It is the bouncing back and forth of the divine masculine and divine feminine energy within all of us. These waves do that. They shift you back and forth in between two energies. Why? Well, the masculine energy is the ambitious, pragmatic, getting moving forward energy, and the feminine energy is the intuition and the creativity. You need both. You need to be able to be intuitive and creative, and then you need to be able to put it all into skills, and that's why we got to get all the wheels rolling at the same time. Commune with spirit. Get out into nature. I say this all the time, and I will always keep saying it. Get out into nature. Anything made naturally is something created from the 4D. Anything man-made is created within the 3D. All right? You want synchronicities? You want signs? Just ask for them. They'll give them to you. But when they do, you cannot ignore them, right? And these signs will trigger you guys. And it will They can make you feel insane if you allow them to, and they will bring up a lot of emotions sometimes, and they will trigger some weird things in your memory banks that need to be triggered, but allow it to go through. And when those emotions hit you really hard, ebb and flow. Ebb and flow. It's not about avoiding hard emotions. It's not about avoiding hard emotions. You still need to feel them. You still need to feel them, right? Like Elsa left the silver court. Now, apparently a week ago. I didn't notice because it doesn't notify you when somebody leaves. And I don't check it like that. I'm not obsessively watching what everybody's doing all the time. I do have my own life, and I have my own weird, sick obsessions that I'm dealing with. And when I found out, it hurt really, really bad. It hurt really, really bad at first. But, I'm in the middle of cooking dinner and everything else like that. I can't break down over things like this. So I did cry some and stuff like that. But I didn't allow my breathing to get out of whack or anything else like that. Ebb and flow is all about that. But breathe in, breathe out. It should be like waves rolling in. And then when those hard emotions come in, allow them to wash over you, and then allow them to pull back out. Allow them to wash over you and allow them to pull back out. And eventually it'll fade out. And then you'll be able to work past that emotion. The more you do it, the quicker and easier that becomes. But I don't know about y'all, but some of us are just tired of crying in the kitchen. I don't know why women do that. Apparently it's a big thing because it's not just me. A bunch of my friends do. We call it the kitchen portal. For the main energy over this, I'll do the dark mirrors next. Oh, well, no, I'll do these first, actually. Gilded regret. And now this has been a big theme that I've been saying for a while. Queen of my world. So, queen of your world, manifesting everything you ever wanted. And then I wish for. I have wished for too much. I have wished for the wrong things. I have, that's the gilded regret card there. Now, and it's 5, it's a conflict card. Jeez. You do have the power to manifest anything that you want in this world. You do. But there are consequences for negating soul contracts. It's free will. You can manifest any kind of life you want. But if you're greedy, and as the genie in Aladdin, in the new Aladdin would say, gonna drink from that cup, you're going to screw over your soul contracts. And that's where you get left in gilded regret. All right. That was deep. This has all been a learning experience, guys. The earth is a school, and you are here to learn. So, and like I always like to say too, earth and heart have the same letters in it. So these are all lessons for your heart center, because that is also what the earth is all about. Radiating that field. Your energetic field does not come from up here. It comes from here. It's the blood flowing through your heart that creates the energetic field around you. And this is all about, and I told you guys we're clearing a lot of karmic cycles right now. So the overall energy for today and everything that's going on. Excuse me. Sorry. I've been all misty and muggy down here. Get 8, justice. Time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. A lot of us have been going back. A lot of us have been reviewing some very old things. I know I did. I went through and I checked like some of my really old videos. I checked when I made what channels, because I've been talking about splitting up my channels, you know. I've noticed some really old comments on some things. You know, that's just how it's been, man. And yeah, ebb and flow. When you find something or learn something new that you didn't know from whenever when, or something that a lot of times what happens is a lot of people think they're being very obvious, and they don't realize that the other person doesn't have the attention span that they thought they did. You know, it's, yeah. I remember certain things, but you have to be really fucking doing something for me to actually remember it. Wishes come true, guys. The rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. If anything has taught me anything between the last Mars retrograde in Aries back in 2 years ago, so 2018. Dude, a lot of you guys are going through what I went through that year. Take care of yourselves. Breathe. Get into nature. Get outside as much as possible. If you can, I know some of you guys are dealing with those wildfires and stuff like that. I know how that feels. That sucks. Actually, a few years ago, the East Coast was on fire, if you guys don't remember. Yeah, I was driving my kids to school one day, and I was like, what the hell is with all this smoke? I don't see any fire. I don't see nothing. There are no smoke warnings. Nobody's doing the control. We do controlled burns in South Carolina, so that wasn't going on. And then I got home, and it was like all the states that border South Carolina was on fire. South Carolina was the only one not on fire. So I know what that's like, guys. So yeah, do the best you can. If you can't go outside into nature, bring nature in. Create yourself a little inside zen-y area that you can ground and breathe in. All right? Blessed be all those who walk these paths with me. I love y'all, and I will talk to you later.